And if that doesn't click in our minds, I don't really know what else would make us think that we're just going to get our way just because we bow our heads and just because we visit a church often or because we have somewhat of a holy looking life. I don't know what makes us think that we're going to get our way in this thing. It's not, I don't see anywhere in scripture where it shows us mankind gets his way. Unless it says it gets his way in the way of destruction and gets ruined by it. If he fights against the king, fights against God's decrees, God's warnings, he's going to get his way, but ultimately he's going to realize it was the wrong way. And God has just shown him his destruction. That's terrible. I don't want to get my way. I actually want to get God's way. Also, 1 John 5:14 says that we ought not ask contrary to his majesty or glory, or even to our good. That's a little bit of what Matthew Henry said in his section on 1 John as well. We're not supposed to try to get God to do what we want him to do. We're actually supposed to be submitting to him. The entire Christian life is a life of surrender and submission. If that hasn't already been brought to someone's attention, that needs to be there. Not my will, your will. I must decrease, he must increase. The ideas of surrender are all throughout the Bible. I mean, it's always surrendering to God's omnipotence, his power, his ability, his reach. Anyone that's just trying to come to Jesus to, I don't know, get a better life, they're not really coming to Jesus. If their view of a better life is something they've already decided upon before they started reaching out to Christ in his name or in his church. If you come to church and you have not yet become a Christian and you're coming with what you think a good life is going to be, and now you're going to say, okay, God, I need you to give me that. That's a good life and I want that and I need you to give it to me because you're the one that apparently solves problems and gives people the life they need. You need to be able to lose that opinion or that goal for a life because it's most likely wrong in its fullness, because the Christian life is something people wouldn't imagine if they just came up with it on their own. It's a life of complete surrender unto the will of God.
Because I be worried about your soul, while you still be doubting you got a soul.